What's up, fishing fan? Pat with P. Ricky Fishing. We have a cool episode for you today. We're going to be talking about rod repair, specifically rod guide repair. We're going to go through the how do you select what types of guides you need, how do you match that to the current rod you got to best make it look like new. So as you can see here, I did a little hodgepodge repair on my rod. Turned out perfect for me. This rod was just simply sitting in the corner of the basement. So yeah, we'll talk about what types of things you need. There are plenty of videos out there to as far as the how-to to actually get it done. I will tag Milliken Fishing's video if I'm able, in which he goes through kind of the process, which is the same process I followed as far as how to actually use materials, the thread, the epoxy, and all that to get the job done. But today's video, we're going to focus more on how do you select the type of guide, how do you know which types of materials you need, and how exactly do you make sure it matches the rod you got. But along with that, we're going to talk a little bit about something a little touchy. St. Croix Rods, one of my favorite rod brands. Pretty much all of the rods in my boat has changed their warranty process for 2024. So this will be a kind of action-filled video. We're going to talk a lot about a lot of different things, so let's get started. So I hope this part helps you kind of get a little bit more motivated to be more able to work on your own equipment, repair your rods on your own, and just get things done on your own, so that way you can get back on the water, not have to wait on anyone shipping you anything to get it done. So the big synopsis here, St. Croix Rods has changed their warranty program significantly starting for the year 2024. Historically, or as in the last near future, or near past, my apologies, St. Croix had a process where they needed 3 things submitted on a form, and these 3 things were simply a picture of the rod break, a picture of the serial, and a picture of the model number. These 3 things you would have to submit to St. Croix, and within a week or so you would get a claim number assigned to your rod situation, and a rep would reach out and call you about your options. So the options were either, hey, we have that rod in stock, we'll ship you it out right now, $50 later, you had the rod at your place. Option 2, hey, that rod's back ordered, or for a situation like this rod here, so the Avid X discontinued, we'll match you up with an equivalent of what we got in stock, and we'll ship that out for the same $50. So for example, something like this, an Avid X, I could get an equivalent today of a Victory Series rod. Or there was option C, option 3. You could kind of up your rod. So for example, on the other rod that I had broke, I had upgraded it to a Legend Tournament, and that was for only additional $25. So for $75, you can get a really nice rod compared to what you had before. So that was really great, and pretty fair as far as price, I thought. Not having to ship the rod back was huge, and it really made it good on the customer. Flash forward. So St. Croix has voided this lifetime warranty now, and this lifetime warranty now categorizes rods into 2 buckets. It's either 5 or 15-year warranty. And within these buckets, as I said, the rods are categorized based on the quality. So 5-year warranty rods might not be as expensive. 15-year warranty rods are going to be your high-end rods. So I'm not saying if you have a rod that's 14 years out that's in the 15-year warranty, go break that rod and get your claim in now. But I am telling you, if you had rods like me sitting in the basement, corner of the basement, just hanging out, it's probably a good time to get those addressed, get those submitted in the claim system before your lifetime warranty, aka 15-year warranty now, is over. And a big problem with this too is the price. So as I said, $50 to a max $75 was historically the replacement fee for the warranty program. Now you can warranty rods in or out of warranty with the new system. So the in warranty rate is going to start you at a $50 flat fee. And then depending on what type of shipping you choose, it's an additional $50 to $75. So you're talking $100 to $125 for an in-warranty replacement. So that's quite a bit more. I mean, that's double of what it was before. But I think a lot of people can live with that. Here's where things get a little dicey. If it's out of warranty, so those rods that you have that are 5-year warranty now, that you've had for 10 years, are out of warranty. Just to get your foot in the door, it's a $70 fee up to $200. Plus you have to pay at least a $50 shipping. So you're looking anywhere between $120, $100 to $250 just to get a replacement on an out of warranty rod. And these were rods that you had loved and thought, I'm gonna have a lifetime warranty on. St. Croix is gonna take care of me if I break, and I might not even be misusing them hard. I might just be fishing a lot. I wear and tear these rods. It's just part of it. So for any good rod, guide, or tip repair, you basically need two things. You need a new replacement guide, and then you need a repair kit of some sort to basically do the job. So here's a kit I got. It's for like 10 bucks on Amazon. It comes with all the basics, all the simple things you need. Some snips for the thread. We got a little mixing cup. This is for mixing the 2-part epoxy that you have to use in order to wet the thread and then solidify the rod guide on. Some masking tape. This can help hold your guide in place as you're doing the repair initially. I thought super glue was a little bit better, but you can use masking tape as well to kind of hold the toe of the rod guide as you start. And then we got the thread. This kit comes with black thread, so obviously if your rod has different color thread, you can buy that anywhere really. So make sure to match the thread color if you care. If you don't care, this kit works for you too. And then here's the 2-part epoxy. As I said, mix this up in equal proportions. It'll kind of be used over the thread. You paint it on with a brush, and then after that it dries and solidifies to hold your rod guide in place. Some brushes, as I said, dip that in the cup of 2-part epoxy, wet your threads. And we got a little sandpaper, so you are going to have a little work to do to get the old rod guide off, however it might have broke. So a little sandpaper will go a long way as far as prepping your rod for the rod guide. So it might seem kind of foolish, but it's quite simple to determine, 1, what type of rod guide, and 2, what size rod guide you need for your repair. For my scenario, Avidex, it's a 7-foot casting rod, so it was as simple as me going on Google, taking me to a YouTube video on rod guide or rod building, in which they kind of talked about the variation in lengths of rods and how many number of guides they will have depending on the length in general, and the relative size depending as you go from the foot to the toe of the rod, or the bottom to the tip, however you want to say it. So for my situation, it is a 10 guide rod. The bottom 2 are going to be this 2 foot, so you can see there's 1 foot, 2 foot, and then the remaining are going to be all single foot guides. And in this situation, I understood based on the length of my rod that I'm going to start around a 10, go to an 8, and then I'm going to be somewhere in that ballpark of 6 to 5, pretty much all the way the rest to the tip. This is kind of piggybacking a little bit, and it's going to sound a little foolish too, but how do I go about matching the rod guide to my rod? Sure, you can go buy some Fuji rod guides from Bass Pro Shops, but it's not necessarily going to be the best match for your rod depending on what type you have. So for this, simply do a Google search your rod, the model, the length, and for me, I found on Tackle Direct it gave some pretty good specs on what type of rod I had, what type of rod guide I had, so I understood, identified that the Kaigen Z guide was the guide I needed. So I had already identified the size. I'm somewhere between a 5 and a 6, and now I know it's a Kaigen Z guide. So I go and I search Kaigen Z guides, and I pull up a page called Hydro Fishing, And on hydro fishing, they have different options for me. As you can see here, I have some different sizes. I decided to go with the 5.5 size. I did buy 6 as well, and I bought 5. 5 was a little bit too small, 6 was a little bit too big. So 5.5 worked perfect for me. And for 10-15 bucks, I had 6 or 8 guides between the size that I knew I was. So I have a little bit additional in case I break one elsewhere, break one on a different rod. So yeah, it was pretty straightforward on how I did this, and I hope that helps you out when you go and try to figure out how do you repair your rod guide. Thanks all for watching. I hope today's video was helpful for you. By having these tools, by having this ability to repair your own equipment, keeps you on the water more, and that's what I want us all to do. Let's be out in the water and be fishing and enjoying our time. So I'll catch you next time here on the channel, P. Ricky Fishing. I'm Pat.